Good afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 12 video, bringing you an ALCREMIE team. Now, this team was used by Coco, who ended up doing very well over, like the course of the ladder with a Decorate ALCREMIE. And of course, when you see a Pokemon like Decorate ALCREMIE, you want to try to make it happen. Of course, that's not always the easiest thing with Zacians running around wild, but this team does have ways in order to deal with Zacians. Like, it does have a faster Pokemon like a Lecky that can hit it hard. It also does have a Scarfed Landorus so that you can outspeed Zacian and hit it with an AQ. It also, on top of that all, has redirection in the form of a Volcarona, which of course Zacian can't really touch at all. So this team does have a lot of different facets. My goal today is going to be to try to make ALCREMIE work as a supportive mon. It does also have the option of Gmax, but I don't think we're ever going to be clicking that button today, let's be honest. The whole point of this team is to decorate into a max guard to make sure you're just going to stay extra safe, because I believe you can decorate into a max guard. I could be wrong because I've never played with ALCREMIE, but I think that for some reason that's clicking in my brain as a tech that people have used in the past before. So let's hope that we can make it happen today. Oh no, I'm excited to see ALCREMIE on the channel. If you guys are excited, go ahead, hit the like button down below. Make sure to check out Coco's links in the description as well. And with that said, let's get on to today's battles. Oh, wow, that's a Celesteela. This team is interesting. Celesteela, Groudon, it's all over the place. Also has its own Dialga. Glastrier. Okay, I see you, team. Very interesting. I do steal a lot of steel types, so maybe the Volcarona could be a decent lead for us. What if we just do Volcarona, Dialga, bring the ALCREMIE in the back for some like late game shenanigans, and then bring the Yveltal as well? I feel like Yveltal can do pretty decent here as long as they don't get Trick Room up. We have to control the speed 1,000 times over. I mean, I'm also considering bringing this, or even a Lecky. Ooh, a Lecky would be pretty decent, though. It would be a pretty nice bring. I mean, look at their team. There's nothing that I really need Volcarona for, if I'm going to be honest. So maybe I do Dialga, a Lecky, bring ALCREMIE, Volcarona, Yveltal in the back. We're going to leave the Volcarona behind, and we're going to see if we regret that later. I mean, Volcarona is a great Pokemon, especially for helping us set up Trick Room, but it actually looks like we're going to want to undo Trick Room this game. Because if we get put in a situation to where their Groudon is outspeeding us, could be pretty bad news for Dialga, you know? Dialga doesn't want to take too many hits from a Groudon. They're going to leave with Celesteela and P2. And this is part of the reason why we brought a Lecky. I think we just Rising Voltage right away. Not waste any time. And then Trick Room. Maybe we should hold first. I'll just go for Earth Power onto P2. Since I can't really hit the Celesteela quite yet. Yeah, I'll hold. And then we'll go for the Rising Voltage onto Celesteela. Just get some damage off on my opponent's side of the field. Celesteela gonna live at 1 HP. Hello, Eevee to live, question mark. I mean, we're magnet boosted and everything. Yikes. They go for the Flamethrower onto my Lecky. And this is probably Trick Room coming out on their side. Shadow Ball, doubling into the Lecky. This is why we didn't Trick Room. We had to see if they were going to be the ones to do it first. Because now I can kind of hard commit on them. And then Dynamax and go for the Steel Spike into the P2 slot, followed by an Electro Web. I feel like that'd be very decent damage on for us. They withdraw the Celesteela. This is why we switched over to Electro Web into the Groudon. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. I'm glad that I'm going to be raising my defenses right now. I'm also glad that hopefully they're not going to get the Trick Room up. It depends on, one, whether I hit this Electro Web, and two, whether this is enough damage. I mean, this is a modest, not max special attack, but 236 special attack. So it's a very hefty Dialga hit. And this is a Steel Beam. It's a Steel Spike off of a Steel Beam. So it's going to be like a base 150 instead of your base 130 off of the Flash Cannon. So let's see some damage. Electroweb. Doesn't affect Groudon. Does connect on the P2. Decent damage. I really just need this Steel Spike to do a crazy amount of damage. Yes. Yes. Good, good, good. Dialga tearing it up so far. We are most likely... I mean, we're probably going to lose our Alecki soon. And I'm kind of okay with that because Alecki is low-key not very useful right now. Right? Once you showed me the Groudon, the Alecki is pretty much dead weight. The only thing Alecki was decent for was getting rid of that... Oh, now they're making me choose. Do I hit the Groudon? Do I hit the Glacier? I think I'm hitting Groudon here. I'll just say screw it. Go for Rising Vultures on Glacier. I could have doubled into Groudon with the Hyper Beam. But I think the defense that we're going to get here is going to be more than well worth it. It's a Safari Ball too. Alright. It is going to be Dynamax Groudon. Which is like kind of expected, right? But like I said, as long as we stop their speed control, as long as we stop their Trick Room, I am content. It should still be a hefty amount of damage off on the Glacier. Not as tanky as your, Oh, half health is still pretty decent. Oh, wait. Their Groudon's fast. Wait, why is their Groudon so fast? What the heck? Oh, that's bad. I mean, I guess I'm also 0 speed on Dialga. Oof, I don't like that. Steel Spike, do something significant. That's definitely a Assault Vest if I've ever seen one. Oh, we're in trouble. We are in a lot of trouble. What does Glacier go for? Icicle Crash onto my Alecki. Okay. This kind of changes everything, because now that I know that the Groudon is faster, I don't exactly know what to do. Should I just leave the Groudon be until it's the last, and then have my Yveltal deal with Groudon in the end game? Honestly, yeah. I think so. I think so. So instead here, what we're going to do is... I think I want to all-in this Glacier instead. Part of me wants to decorate, but I don't think it's even necessary. Yeah, it is. It's necessary because they're going to raise their special defense to +2, so... Oh, we're speed tying! We're speed tying the Groudon. Wow, what are the odds, man? What are the odds? We're gonna get a nice little crit there. That's amazing. Awesome, so we're gonna get some defense here, which means we actually might live this hit. Which is kind of nice. Oh, this speed tie is hilarious. Let's see if we live this. They go for the max Quake here. Take it, baby, take it. Yes, 32. That speed tie is so big. All right, awesome. Like, I'm still gonna stick to our original goal. That being ignore Groudon until the end of the game. Then have our Yveltal deal with it. Because our Dynamax is now up here. They send out their Celesteal. Celesteal's at 1 HP, so... Not too concerned about that. I think we just kind of have to hope that we outspeed again. I'm going to try to Steel Beam Groudon, and I'm going to try to Dazzling Gleam here to hit the Celestial and knock it out. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's enough. Celestial's low enough to where a Sneeze will knock it out. No, they won the speed tie this time, though. Dang it. And maybe I'm not going to be able to knock it out now with the +1 special defense boost. Maybe I should have protected. It's okay. Yveltal's gonna carry us to victory. Yveltal, why are you quiet? Oh, it's a quiet-natured Yveltal. That's so bad. Not now. Oh, we do live that, though. Hey, not bad. You go, ALCREMIE. Celeste's gonna live at 1. And it's gonna lefties that all back. Okay, that's really bad. Okay, it's maybe fine. It's maybe fine. How am I getting rid of this Groudon? This is Soul Vested, +3 special defense Groudon. Is it going to be through Sucker Punches? I'm going to Heat Wave first. I'm going to Helping Hand boost the Heat Wave because otherwise the Alcremie is not going to be getting an attack off this turn. I'm hoping the Celestial doesn't click Protect because I really need it gone. I need to focus my energy on one Pokemon, not two. Here's my Helping Hand. Can we turn this around, baby? There's my Heat Wave. Double Connect. Amazing. If I can get a burn on this Groudon, that's game changing. No, I don't. All right, it's fine. Let's see what Groudon's going to go for. Thunder Punch. That's the worst thing you could have had. I take 2 more of those, though. I have to go for Sucker Punch now. Helping Hand boost the Sucker Punch, I guess. Oh, that para, man. Oh, that's amazing damage. Hold on. They switch over to Rock Slide. That's less damage than Thunder Punch. We live at 6. It crits my Yveltal. Bruh. Game, I swear to God. You guys see the way we can lose this, right? You see the way we can lose this. Is it gonna happen? Not today. Whew. Yes. That was stressful. I really hope the rest of our battles aren't going to be that stressful. Why wasn't that close? Oh, my opponent's angry. They DC'd. Get out of here. Nice. Got a nice salty run back there in the start. Now, we just used Swampert yesterday, and now we're up against Swampert here today. I mean, that's interesting. I'm not too concerned, I don't think. I mean, I don't have a grass move on the team, which is, you know, some room for concern. But I do think that if we get set up, we do have enough flying types on the team to avoid any ground moves into our Dialga. It really just depends on setup, right? Do we lead with the Dialga is the question. Also, I just realized I have a Landorus-Therian, which is another strange mon. Do we lead with Dialga? I don't know. It's a hard decision there. I'm kind of inclined to bring the Alecki, but I do understand they have Volt Absorb and they have a bunch of different things that I don't think I want to deal with right away. Maybe I do lead with Dialga. Just to see if they lead with a Trick Room. Not a Trick Room, a Tailwind. Oh, I guess they could also lead with Trick Room. Okay, what if we do Dialga Alchemy? We bring Volcarona in the back alongside the Yveltal? It does have the Assault Vest. But I'm kind of feeling like Landorus is a better bring for us, especially for Intimidate switch-ins. It's going to be amazing into that. It's going to be amazing into the Swampert. It's also going to be great having a switch-in for the electric type moves coming from that Landorus-Therian. So we're going to leave our Yveltal behind. I hope I don't regret this. I don't think I will, because Yveltal, I mean, it does have Sucker Punch, which could have come in handy in some specific situations. They lead with the Swampert and the Whim lead. Very interesting. Now, I don't want to get max quick, I'll be honest. So I think our best option is to go right into Landorus. Does Decorate raise attack and special? Yes, it does. But setting up a Trick Room would have been pretty darn nice here, but I guess we can't complain too much. Let's decorate into the Dialga slot. Let's also switch, because what this does is it raises us to +2, and it makes them -1, assuming they're physical, which they mostly are. Got the switch into the Landers. Let's see what they decide to do. Looks like a Dynamax right away. Let's see if it's going to be a max Quake. If it's a max Quake, then we just got so much momentum for free, right? But of course, my opponent wasn't born yesterday, I'm assuming. I mean, granted, this is Great Ball 9 since we're restarting this season, but, you know, most Masters players just end up here. They go for the light screen. Interesting. Followed by the max Quake. Okay, so nice. That's amazing for us. Here's a nice little decorate off on our Landorus. What's next for us, though? Because, like, we clearly have to worry about the water type move. I'm somewhat inclined to Dynamax this guy. But I also understand that's probably not the best idea in the world. Part of me wants to just double here. Maybe Protect. I don't think I have to Helping Hand. That might just be overkill. Like, if I had a flying type move on this Landorus, I would be more inclined to Dynamax it, but I just don't have one. Unfortunately, this Landorus does not carry a single flying type move. Carries 2 rock type moves, though. Yeah, let's not try too hard yet. I don't want to go too hard on my poor ALCREMIE, who doesn't deserve to get hit by a +2 Earthquake. And let's also hold Dynamax for as long as possible. They go for the Charm. Great. They have Charm. That's bad, for obvious reasons. I mean, we're right back to where we started. Which does make me happy I didn't Dynamax, because then that would have definitely wasted my Dynamax, and that did absolutely no damage there. Wow. And you have Max Hailstorm. Okay, well, goodbye, Landorus. Thanks for stopping by. Landorus did not get much of an opportunity today. But hey, we got the -1. We got the -1 that we needed. Okay, this kind of changes a lot. But not in a bad way. I could go in with Dialga here. And as long as I'm getting rid of the Swampert, I don't really care about whether or not they have an Ogre in the back. Because we could do this. We could Dynamax, Max Guard, and Decorate. Decorate through our Max Guard, get ourselves to +2. There's nothing that the Whim can do to stop us. They already did set up Light Screen, so that's like part of the reason why I feel like I have to go for the Decorate before anything. And I also don't think I want to take a Max Quake. I'd rather take a High Horsepower. So let's just waste their final turn of Dynamax there. And then we still have 2 turns of Dynamax at +2 afterwards with Life Orb and Stabs. So it sounds like a pretty good deal to me. We only got Earth Power and Steel Beam though, so we're gonna have to decide what we're doing with that. They go for the Encore. Well, joke's on you. Oh, they're gonna Encore me onto Protect. Okay, I guess joke's on me. Alright, I gotta switch out now. Unfortunate. But this Whimsicott was... This Whimsicott has no attacking moves. Because we saw Charm. We saw... Light Screen. And we saw... What was it now? Encore? I mean, interesting, I guess. I'm gonna Quake there because I know there's an Ogre in the back. And I guess I gotta switch. I really have no choice there. Let me go into my Volcarona. Volcarona, there's not much Volcarona could do. I mean, it can deal with this Whimsicott, but like I said, this Whimsicott kind of seems like a non-factor. It has no attacking moves. I gotta say, my opponent's Whimsicott is giving me a lot of problems. And also the Hailstorm on the Swampert wasn't nice either. I'm gonna switch out my ALCREMIE because I'm Encored, so I also can't click Protect on anything. They go for the Charm. Okay, so I'm gonna ignore this Whim for the rest of the game. I have no physical mons left, so what purpose do I have to hit this Whimsicott? Absolutely none. It's gonna Max Quake off. All right, not bad damage. Can't complain. Get some special defense on my Dialga. Lose some health to Life Orb, but it is what it is. They have a Pinch Berry? No, a Citrus Berry. Okay. They go for the High Horsepower. Thankfully, it doesn't do too much. Considering the rest of their team, and this should be a double KO for us. I think we should keep raising our special defense. So let's just keep doing that. We Quake, And then we go for the flamethrower into the Whim. Hopefully knock out the Whim. Does Whim not have Tailwind? It doesn't want to use it, it seems. But it's going to sit here and use Charms instead. It's one of the weirdest Whim sets I've ever encountered. That much I could tell. I gotta say though, I don't feel super confident. I mean, I do still have an ALCREMIE in the back for whatever that's worth. But maybe I do feel like I didn't bring enough juice this battle, you know? They switched to Thunderous. That's not the greatest thing in the world. They try to encore my Dynamax. Okay. I mean, hey, fine, right? I mean, it's not amazing. Because I actually don't have a very solid way of hitting this Thunderous, because I only have steel moves and ground moves, and one I can't hit them, the other one doesn't do enough damage, and it's a steel beam. That I don't know how much I agree with the steel beam. Steel beam is always a very iffy move, man. I'm always nervous to use it. But hey, +1 special defense on a Volcarona should be pretty decent. I really do wish I got a Decorate off, though. Not gonna lie. Now, I'm assuming my opponent has Swampert and Kyogre in the back, right? We only really took out a Whimsicott this battle. Okay, there's the Ogre. I can fire off a bunch of Struggle Bugs, and I think I will have to at this point. Just Struggle Bugs and Earth Powers onto the Ogre slot, and then just hope that the other guy doesn't do too much damage. Could also try to Trick Room here. Might be game changing if I Trick Room, so let's try it. I don't know how much Volcarona wants to take a Water Spout though, so I'm gonna Protect. I'm gonna Trick Room, Protect. See where this takes us. See where we go from here. Origin Pulse, okay. Ogre is Scarfed, it seems, since outspeeding a Thunderous. So the Trick Room is definitely the better play. Thankfully, that does absolutely no damage to Dialga, and I don't think the, I don't think a Thunderbolt's gonna do it either. Yeah, Dialga's just really hanging in there. I die if I use Steel Beam, though. That's the biggest issue that I see. Now, this definitely does just seem like a throw everything we have at Ogre, especially since we know that it's, you know, locked onto Origin Pulse and can't Protect. So we Struggle Bug, and we go for Earth Powers. And we just have to last against this Thunderous. The thing is, if they switch into Swampert, Swampert dies, right? So the Swampert I don't even consider a Pokemon. I'm more worried about this Thunderous than anything else. But hey, this should help out a lot. I think the Volcarona is going to low-key carry here, as long as no crits happen against us. Amazing damage. If I can do that one more time, we're in really good shape. They switched to Dark Pulse here onto my Dialga. We're going to hang in there. Let's see if we can dodge an Origin Pulse. Not today. Struggle Bugs are going to keep us in this, though. Have faith in the Struggle Bugs. Oh my goodness, that's so much damage. We're in trouble. We are in absolute trouble. Okay. Well, we have Dazzling Gleams. And we have Struggle Bugs. And we have hopefully some dodges. Let's see. Let's see something happen. Can the ALCREMIE win the game on its own? I honestly don't think so. Are we going to try? Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think I brought enough juice this battle. I think I was more worried about the Zacian than I should have been. Kind of like the whole reason why I brought Volcarona to begin with was because I saw Zacian there. I'm just like, I kind of want to switch into Zacian, you know? It's not, that's kind of a sack, to be entirely honest. I think that results in a KO. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Wait, that Dazzling Gleam actually, like, kind of hurt a lot. And thankfully, the Ogre is stuck at -2 now. Which is the only good news that I've heard so far. Origin Pulse, something dodge. What dodged? Volcarona? Dang it. I wish Volcarona dodged that, man. If only Volcarona dodged this. Now, there is a big problem here. The big problem is that I'm max HP, max defense bold. And I don't think this Thundurus cares about my defense investment too much, so... Anyway, we just keep Dazzling Gleam. What else can we do in this scenario? We should be able to knock out an Ogre, at least. But yeah, that Thundurus got to reset all of its stats by sacking off the Swampert, which was really smart. We are not even knocking out the Ogre. That's going to be a GG. I take one more Thunderbolt, but I'm about to take an Origin Pulse to the face. -2 Origin Pulse is still going to be so much damage. Kyogre is a little stupid, huh? Well, regardless, going for another Dazzling Gleam. We tried our best. This was a close battle, though. You can't expect to win them all. But this was definitely a close battle. We brought them down. I feel like they did a very good job. One, they just deleted my Landorus. My Landorus was absolutely a non-factor this battle. But we brought it down close. GG's to my opponent. ALCREMIE can't win them all. Another Ogre team. With double electric types, that's not something you see every day. Also, they do have a little bit of a Trick Room package in here. Which is room for concern. But not a lot of concern. I'm honestly pretty okay with this lead, I think. They also have no safe attack, like safe switch-ins for this Alecki either. If they really want to set Trick Room up, can we stop them? We would need double spread moves. Which, I mean, this team does have plenty of spread moves. I just don't know if any of them are really that meaningful. Meaningful enough to stop Trick Room, that is. I mean, we have Dialga that can just Trick Room the Trick Room, right? I think right away, do we just do with this lead? Yeah, I think so. In the back, we can carry a Landorus for all their electric types, and then we can just bring in the Yveltal because it has the Assault Vest and can deal with the Calyrex relatively decently. I mean, the biggest issue for us on their team is going to be that Calyrex, right? Because Ice isn't typically a good thing to have against a Landorus or a Yveltal. But if we can control the speed, we should be in some pretty good shape. Let's see what they lead with. Kyogre or Lucky, so they're not trying to outspeed anything. I mean, they're not trying to Trick Room anything, that is. Part of me is considering doing it ourselves. But I don't think that's necessary. I think instead, let's just Dynamax Max Quake into you, my friend. Get some special defense on our ALCREMIE. Because, like, I'm not threatened by Ogre as a Dialga. And I don't think I should be. Because Dialga resists Ogre's stuff. I mean, that'll probably do like a quarter of my health, so that's not too relevant. And the Lucky, what is the Lucky gonna do to us? I'm not afraid of Lucky at all either. Dialga's such a good Pokemon. Like, it deserves more respect. It's honestly very good defensively, right? Steel Dragon's an amazing defensive core. It's really only weak to 2 things, and 2 of those things, and like one of the 2 things isn't even that common, like fighting type. People just use Zacia with Sacred Sword to be their go-to fighting type here. Alright, we get the Dynamax off right away. Doesn't look like they're Dynamaxing anything on their side of the field. Let's protect with our ALCREMIE just so we get some special defense before we get smacked in the face with a water move. As they go for the Electro Web. Okay, they're making me slower. Newsflash, Tom, I'm already slow. So this Electro Web is kind of irrelevant. I'm already very slow. They did more damage to themselves with the Life Orb. And then there's the Water Spout. Okay. Hey, by all means. Yeah, again. Bring me down to a quarter. I'm gonna get some nice big Max Quake damage off now. Into that Ogre. Okay, that makes it so that Water Spout isn't that much damage anymore. Like, I'm not concerned about Water Spout in the slightest. In fact, I think I do nothing but spam Decorates now. Let's take a quick look at their team. They do have flying types, but what are the odds they brought Thundurus and Alecki to the same battle? I'm gonna say low. I'm gonna say those are pretty low odds. So now we start decorate spamming our Dialga. Okay. We're getting to use the strat finally. As they go for Thunder. We have +1 special defense. That does our whole... Oh, great. Great Pokemon. Great game. It still does our whole health bar. They are stuck onto that water spout. Thankfully, because of their health, they're not able to take us down. We get another Max Quake off to eliminate their Ogre. Clearly, their Ogre is not the problem. It's their Alecki that's just sitting there minding his own business. Smacking us in the face with electric moves. Okay, if Alchemy can get one Decorate off, I'll be content. That'll be the Alchemy video right there. Yes! Game over, baby. I got a +2/+2 Dialga. I essentially set up Calm Mind twice for free. Alrighty. What do they got? Show me Calyrex. I don't even care. I'll take a Calyrex right now. Mimikyu. I kind of care about that. Not gonna lie. They're gonna set up Trick Room. I can't stop it. Okay, we need a Steel Spike here. I really can't stop this. I mean, I'll try, but I don't think I'm gonna live a Thunder. Ironically, the -1... If they can go for Electro Web, that'd be nice. Just make me slower, please. There's a Thunder again. Okay, they're not gonna cater to me. Into my Dialga! Oh no, what? It showed Dialga's face there. Okay, whatever. I got so confused and happy for a second. I was so ecstatic. Alright, here's a Steel Spike. Unfortunately, what this means is they get Trick Room up. We get a defense +1, which is nice. But they definitely get their Trick Room up. Thankfully, these two on the field, I don't mind, though. I gotta end this turn in a double KO. If I can end this turn in a double KO, I feel like we'll be in a pretty decent position. And that's super doable with these two guys. So let me go ahead and bring in the Yveltal. It's going to be everything versus that Calyrex, which is kind of what I'm trying to go for here, is just throw in everything I got and make sure that that Calyrex is on the field by itself. So in order to guarantee this turn ends in a double KO, we got to go for this here. Maybe not. Maybe we have to Earth Power the Mimi. Or we just trick him again. Yeah, what if we trick him again? Start Snarl spamming? That could be a pretty decent decision here. They protect. This is why we Trick Roomed, baby. We got it too. I was over here trying to play in their Trick Room. No, we play by our own rules. We play by our own dang rules, baby. Let's see what the Alecki wants to do. Just gonna go for the Thunder. We're Assault Vested. Onto Dialga. We're +2 special defense. That does absolutely nothing. And they kill themselves off, and we undo the Trick Room. Yes. Absolutely phenomenal here. There's good and bad news here. The good news is, I mean, we're now not in Trick Room. The bad news is they can protect this turn, and I gotta make a prediction here. I gotta somehow guarantee KO the Mimi. Which means I gotta make a play. We also have to consider the fact that they could have Trick Room on their Calyrex here, so by me doubling in this Mimi, it could be absolutely meaningless. Man, this is a hard decision. This is an incredibly hard decision. But I think I double in the Mimi. I'm not going to try to make any crazy plays. Good, thank goodness. Honestly, thank goodness. I mean, this is bad. But at least I keep the weather in my favor. Not the weather, the room in my favor. This is bad because they're Dynamaxing, right? I could have steel beamed that like yesterday, or this turn rather, but I can't afford to let this Mimi stay alive this turn, you know? And yeah, one attack from my Eviltal was not going to be enough. If I'm lucky here, they go for the Eviltal. They have to go for Eviltal here, but they're going to Quake, aren't they? Quaking is too juicy. Quaking is too juicy. Okay, how do I do this now? I don't know if I can. I'm going to... I have EQ, I have U-turn, I have Rock Slide. I'm going to have to lock on a Rock Slide. I mean, that Chilling Nay is relevant. We're going to get rid of it right now. But the thing is, like, I have no protects, and I'm scarfed, and yeah. I'm going to need to crit every move I have. Like, what else can I do? Heat Wave, Snarl, Sucker Punch. Snarl is technically the highest damage output. The thing is, if I give it weakness policy, it doesn't actually make a difference because they're one-shotting me either way. They're one-shotting me whether I give them weakness policy or not. So theoretically, my best option would be to just say, screw it, give them weakness policy. And then just go for the highest damage moves. Which would be Snarl in this case, right? Yeah, because that gets dark boosted and I have a lot of special attack investment. Okay, so yeah, we do Snarl, we do Rock Slide. We hope we hit everything. That does absolutely no damage. We're off to a bad start. There's a weakness policy, but like I said before, the weakness policies are relevant because it was already going to one-shot us anyway. Oh, come on, Tom. GG's. GG's. There goes my Eviltal. And then there goes my Landorus. Calyrex is going to take the game. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're going to take home 2 losses in today's episode. But I got to say, we tried our best. We gave it our hardest. Whatever that means. And it was fun. It wasn't amazing. At least I didn't feel like it was out of this world. We can't win this anyway. Yeah, regardless of what happens here. All they gotta do is click one move. They gotta click the Hailstorm and they get it. The thing is, like, even if I hit the Snarl, it's not like it would have done like an astronomical amount of damage. I could have gone for Sucker Punch, but it still wouldn't have done enough damage to kill the Calyrex. My biggest mistake was just not Steel Beaming. I feel like if I Steel Beam that slot, they would have died. And then we would have just had to worry about a Mimikyu, which is a lot more tolerable than a Dynamax Calyrex Ice. But the issue with why I couldn't Steel Beam that spot, and what, you know, was hovering over me was, say they go for Protect, and then Trick Room. And then now I have to deal with the Calyrex and Trick Room. So either way, it was kind of a lose-lose situation for me. But looking back at it, Steel Beam would have been amazing. Anyway, let's get you guys that rental code. And here you have the rental code for the ALCREMIE team. Honestly, I feel like this team has potential. Maybe I just didn't get the right experience with my ladder matches playing this team. I did get 1 win and 2 losses. Unfortunately, we're going to go negative in today's episode. But thankfully, that doesn't happen too much. So it doesn't bother me that it's happening 1 episode. Who really cares, right? We're just here to have some fun. And ALCREMIE was pretty fun. Like I said, I probably wouldn't bring it to a major tournament, but hey, here's the rental code if you want to try it on the ladder. It's all up to you. We have the international challenge coming up soon, so if this is a team that you kind of like, you can always mimic your team around this team. And yeah, with that said, hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Make sure to check out Coco's stuff down below in the description, along with all of our fun Pokésports links. And have yourselves a great night. Subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.